that you're saying we would have to move consciously away
Absolutely.
from fossil fuels.
No ifs, buts, and maybes.
And if we do that, how do you tell the fossil fuel companies, do you tell them you can't sell fossil fuels anymore?
There are a variety of ways to do that, but that is the bottom line. And by the way, in the midst of that, we do what we call is a just transition. The guy out on the oil rig today simply wants to feed his family, and the coal miners today want to feed their families. And we're not going to leave them. I'm a pro-worker. I have probably the strongest pro-worker record of any member of the Congress. So it is not my intention to throw these guys out and women out on the street and ignore the pain that they will go through. We are proposing billions of dollars to rebuild those communities and make sure that those guys and women get new jobs. So we're not just discarding people in the fossil fuel industry. But ultimately, the product that they are producing, which is now carbon emissions, is destroying the planet. So we have to move away from fossil fuel in a very bold way into energy efficiency. Right now, in my own state of Vermont and all over this country, there are buildings which are incredibly wasteful. We don't have the windows, we don't have the insulation, we don't have the roofing, the doors that we need to keep the buildings warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And we can create just an incredible number of jobs just retrofitting our buildings. Second of all, we need to move very aggressively to sustainable energies like wind and solar. In California, you're doing a good job with wind. Iowa's doing a good job. Texas doing a good job. We got to do much more. Solar, there is incredible potential out there. Price of solar has dropped in recent years. And we have got to not only transform the energy system in our own country, we got to lead the world in working with Russia and China. Because in this issue, we are in it together. And here's my dream, and this may be a utopian dream. The world right now is spending $1.5 trillion on weapons of destruction designed to kill each other. And maybe, just maybe, if we had a kind of leader, and I hope to be that leader, who says to the world, instead of spending $1.5 trillion killing each other, maybe we use those resources to transform the global energy system and save the planet for our kids and our grandchildren. That's the goal that I have.
Well, these ideas sound great, but in the competitive environment of global politics, how would you convince Russia or China or any of these countries to do something that would put them in some sort of a competitive disadvantage?
Well, and the answer is, Joe, if we do not do that in 50, 100 years, everybody's going to be in a terrible disadvantage. And look, I'm not, I'm saying that, I'm not telling you that tomorrow it's going to happen. But you got to make the case. These people, Putin is a dictator. I dislike him intensely. Xi in China, very authoritarian and so forth and so on. But they're not crazy people. And presumably they have concern about their kids and their grandchildren. This is a planet under siege.